Here is Shelby Houlihan back in the racing circuit with a 4:20 win in the mile at the BU Scarlet and White Invitational.
You got it, yeah.
Obviously, it hasn't looked particularly rusty over the past couple of weeks, but does it feel weird to be back racing after so long?
The last weekend did. It was definitely like I was doing a lot of like emotions, really nervous. I was like thought I was gonna throw up, which like I usually don't get too nervous for races, but it's been a while obviously. Today felt way better emotionally, and like the nerves weren't as bad. I still feel like a little bit rusty, but I feel like super strong. So I know like I don't need to feel super sharp right now. It comes later in the season, but yeah, I wanted to run faster. But you know, that's how it goes, but it's all right.
What were you shooting for?
At least under 4:16, ideally 4:12, 4:10, 4:12. But we got out a little slow, was off pace kind of from the start, so I did what I could the second half. I think I ran like 2:07 or something on the end, so I was like really trying to squeeze it down, but yeah, I did what I could.
Has the training been oriented towards like mile versus the longer distance? What's like the balance?
It's been more like, like distance, like strength based, 15, 5K, but yeah, like I haven't done a ton of sharpening yet, just because I don't need to be sharp for the BU meet. I need to be sharp for US indoors and hopefully World indoors in the summer. So those are the big aims. I'm just kind of seeing what I can do off the fitness I have right now.
With the plan, now that you have both qualifiers, would the plan be to double, to prioritize one or the other?
Yeah, I'm planning on doubling. Got nothing to lose, might as well. So.
Would you do both at World Indoors if you qualified for both?
If I could, yeah. Okay. I haven't even looked at the World Indoor schedule yet, but I'm assuming it's usually set up similar to US Indoor. So yeah, I'd probably double.
And then, I guess, sort of talking through like training, like what's the setup been? Like what is the coaching, training partners, that sort of situation?
Yeah. It hasn't been what I hoped it would be. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of doing my own training, looking at past training logs, shooting stuff off of my sister, getting her opinion and stuff. I think the training's been going well. I've been doing still kind of most of my stuff alone, which is kind of unfortunate. But I try to align like some strength workouts with who I can in Flagstaff. I'm in Flagstaff right now, so I'll be there until end of March. And then it's kind of a question mark. Hopefully I'll know more of where I might be based. Otherwise I might just stay in Flagstaff.
Yeah, I guess is that a Phoenix on the kit there? Yeah, is that just custom design? Or?
Yeah, I just wanted to wear something that like, because I don't have a sponsor, so I just wanted to wear something that resonated with me, and like, you know, as cheesy as it sounds, like the whole, I don't know, Phoenix thing just kind of, it feels like it resonates well with the stuff I've been through the last 4 years, so I figured why not like just make my own jersey.
Is there an update on like the sponsor process? Like?
No, not yet. I'm not even like, I'm kind of letting my agent
deal
with it. I'm just focusing on running right now. So I think if I'm having fun, moving fast, things are fun.
Are there, so I guess obviously like the news this week around swoosh TC, they're calling it, like obviously it's kind of a hypothetical, so you can't really know, but if you signed with Nike, like would you want to go back to Jerry? Would you want to join one of those other groups?
Yeah, I mean, honestly I'd probably like to go back to Jerry, and I think mostly like I love that team. That's like my family. Obviously it looks a little different than it did 4 years ago, but you know, I know Jerry's training works for me. I've had success off of that, so I think the hard part is like obviously what I'm doing right now is like working pretty well, so that's nice to know, but yeah, it's hard to know like if I'm not going to go there, where would I go, because everything else is kind of like a little bit of a question mark. Like, will that be a good fit? I don't know, you know.
Have you talked to him about it? Like, are you guys in touch or?
Yeah, we talk probably every week, every other week, just catching up and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think it's if Nike is open to it, I definitely think it's an option. Yeah.
And then like, would you want to be like based in Portland, Eugene? Like, I guess
That's
it's
a great
so hypothetical, but
I don't want to live in Eugene. Or Portland for that matter. But you know, if that's where I need to be around the people that I enjoy being around and in a good environment, that's fine. Ideally, I'd like to stay in like Phoenix and do Flagstaff, kind of like that. So that's an option too. So we'll see.
And then as you, I mean, like the middle distance scene is so different than it was in 2020. Like, have you thought through sort of like both like your race focuses and also just like training tools, like, you know, outlasting Nikki's kick or like being able to stick with Elise? Like, has that been a factor in terms of just how different the scene is right now?
If I'm being honest, I haven't like thought a ton about it. I think it's more been like, let's go back to racing, you know, like one thing at a time. I have been starting to think about like, okay, once I get into these like US indoors, that might be a lot more of a tactical type of race. I'm a little rusty there. Well, maybe I won't be, I don't know, like maybe I'll get into it and it'll just like intuition will come. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, you got to be fit enough and like try to be one of the best to race the best. So that's kind of just like my only goal. I'm not focusing on any certain person. I'm just trying to get as fit as I can and prepare myself.
And I'm so not a shoe person, but like people are gonna ask, like, so you're like, you're in the carbon shoes, like,
I finally did it.
Like what was the sort of thought process there?
I've been going back and forth. I actually tried these for the first time on Tuesday in a workout, and yeah, it was. I feel like I've been trying to convince myself and come around. Like, I don't love the idea of them, to be honest, but you know, if that's where the sport's evolving to and everyone kind of seems on board with that, then I probably need to stop being so stubborn and evolve with the sport. And so that's kind of trying to keep an open mind, at least trying them out, seeing how they feel. They actually felt great today, so maybe I'll keep wearing them. I brought my old fix just in case I change my mind. But yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, not be the stubborn older runner and trying to have an open mind and evolve with the sport.
And then like obviously like as you've come back, you know, there's been obviously a lot of conversation around sort of how the community would respond. Like, how do you, in terms of like, have you thought through the process of like, you know, what if I go to USA's and I get booed, or like, you know, if someone on the line sort of says something to me, like, how do you kind of mentally prepare for sort of that negative reaction that could happen?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I've been thinking about that for 4 years, you know, so I feel like I've done what I can. I've been working with a sports psychologist and like just kind of preparing as much as I can for that. I think when it really comes down to it, I don't have any control over what someone else does. I can control how I respond to it, and you know, that's kind of what I've been focusing on, is just like, you know, not allowing people to take my attention away from what I'm trying to do, trying to have fun, run fast. If that doesn't resonate with someone, like, you know, that's fine, that's their thing. If they're open-minded and have questions and have a conversation with me, then I'm so down for that. But if they're not, then like there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, thanks so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.